See, the thing is now we can go in discussions and digressions that have nothing to do with you two guys because we're both sophisticated motherfuckers, which is a problem.
We read things. The only difference.
I'm sorry I sprayed you guys, but that is ridiculous.
The major difference is I pronounce things correctly.
I mean, you can help.
I'm eating popcorn and enjoy this bullshit. Keep going. This is gonna be on the podcast, by the way. Keep going.
I'm just saying the difference is now you can actually correct me live on the air.
I love you, and I don't want to lose our friendship because I think that is too much of a transgression. I think,
bro. I'm humble enough to accept the fucking criticism. It's fine.
Really?
Yes.
Like, keep it. I want more of this.
Wait, what? I'm humble enough to accept it.
Yeah, keep going.
Doesn't mean I'll act on it, but I'll just accept it.
No,
it is taken into consideration and disregarded.
I mean, yeah, I hear you out. I hear
you in one ear, and I will hear you out the other ear.
That's up to me though. And for you get ear. Could be one, could be two. You never know.
Thank you guys for joining us on this sophisticated conversation that we just had. That was also humble.
My brain.
It was a humble, sophisticated conversation.
No. You can accept criticisms without having to act upon
welcome to the Galaxy Brain edition of Pasta Kabsa.
See, there you go.
Yo.
I'm in danger.
You are actually. You are.
No, both of you are gonna be fucked in a minute. Let's get this started then.
Nonetheless, it's always good to have a fellow supporting mind, to support me along these.
We'll see who's supporting who by the next
rough,
podcast.
choppy waters of hate, non-stop hate.
Yeah. Am I the guppy or am I the shark? I don't want to be the shark here.
Fuck is a guppy?
It's a small fish.
Okay.
Like 1 point for me already.
Hey, welcome back to Kabsa. It's your boy Adil. What's happening? What's popping? What's good? Episode 108. Thank you for joining us. I got the homie Turks right behind me. I got the sophisticated Shamsi right next to me, who's super humble at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. And off screen somewhere in this universe,
The ether.
we have listener number one. He's somewhere. He exists. Just we don't know where.
I exist in theory.
He's literally on the corner to my left.
He exists in theory. He's an abstract concept. Listener number one is an abstract concept.
Shout out to listener number one if he's here.
I am here.
Can you hear me?
I am here, therefore I is.
Thank you all for joining us. Shout out to our tens of listeners. Shout out to our tens of viewers. All right, okay. Last episode was aggressive. Shut the fuck up. Last episode, you're gonna learn today. Okay, both of you gonna learn today.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be fun. So last episode, that was a little bit aggressive to the guys, and fuck y'all. So
you
doesn't matter.
You feel no remorse whatsoever.
Exactly. Okay. Someone tell me like, yo, do you feel bad? I feel bad about what?
Like,
exactly?
you know what? I'm glad we were able to get you out of your predator mode.
No, here's the thing.
Get you into cuddly.
Here's the thing. This
bald man
proves
mode.
the everything that we were saying for a long time, that when people were saying, yo, you're very aggressive towards Shamsi, and people don't understand that you know how to deal with this.
Holy hell yeah.
Yeah, like both of you know how to deal with this. So this is normal to you.
It's nothing new.
Exactly.
It's just you channel the aggression into more constructive directions.
Yes. And speaking of that, today we're going to talk about aggression. So aggression to me, no,
I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
yo, hold up.
Bro,
I'm going to tell you how we're going to start. Okay, I'm going to tell you how we're going to start. All right.
Okay, one thing to highlight is myself and Turks are both somewhat under the weather. So, yeah.
No
Why?
one. Again, remember
No
what I
one
said?
cares.
No one
Exactly.
cares.
Remember what I said?
The question is,
I started last episode with no one cares.
why is it under the weather? What happens under the weather?
Isn't technically everything under the weather because the weather is in the sky?
True, very true. But what happens when you're over the weather?
You're in space.
It's
Technically.
Yo, what the hell is happening in this?
Turks, we need to control this bullshit.
No.
Anyway, can we start?
This
Sure.
is
All right, I'm gonna start with some real important stuff,
Okay.
like to my heart.
Okay.
So you guys know Crust Files on Twitter.
Who?
You with me on this one?
what?
Lafat Christophe.
Okay. Oh, the guy. Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
on
yeah.
Twitter.
Okay.
So he put out this tweet.
Somebody who tweets in Arabic.
See him?
Yes.
Remember him?
Yes.
All right, good.
I am aware, Shamsi. Thank you.
Did you see this? I know you. Oh fuck! I'm gonna cut that one out.
Number one.
I'm gonna cut that one out.
Okay.
Y'all will never know his name, even though his name is right. Anyway, he
Yeah.
put out this tweet, and I really felt like it touched me.
Okay.
And I thought it's something that we should really cover because it is a human rights issue. And I think this is the place for us to have these conversations.
Okay.
Turks, are you with me here?
Come on.
Yeah, because I don't want to talk to myself here.
Putting timestamps, my guy. Go
All
ahead.
right. We just started.
Okay. So what is the subject?
All right. It's an Arabic tweet, but I'll translate it into English for you because I think it's important for everyone to understand this. I am deeply concerned and disappointed by the U.S. reports that the current U.S. administration is unable to provide the means of heating to millions of residents in the U.S. who have the full human rights to use their U.S. oil reserves and stop their exports abroad. I truly believe that, the U.S. people deserve to have their own, reserves to be given back to them.
Energy.
They should not be sitting. I mean, like, it's really awful to hear that my brothers and sisters in the States are facing these issues.
They're going through cold winters.
Exactly. How can you allow your own people to go through this? I mean, it's hard. It's hard for me to talk to. Oh, well, he's here. Okay. Every time he talks, it's kind of weird.
Out of the ether.
Yes. Listen, what do you say? Listen, number one. What do you say?
You know what they need? They need some humanitarian intervention.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
agree with that.
Definitely.
It is very important. We should not sit back and allow our friends over there to go through.
The UN needs to get involved.
I agree.
And
They need to send some peacekeepers out there.
definitely
Facts,
make
facts,
sure
facts.
they keep the fuel supplies from getting.
We need to call Amnesty International, also get them involved.
Yes. We need to put some quarantine, like hoardings, everything.
I think we should start as well a donation drive, maybe. Probably
We should really start a
Yeah.
donation drive for our friends in the US.
buying them wood.
It's really, really hard
We'll
watching
talk
them
to
go through
dates.
this. There you go.
Yeah,
I mean, we're gonna start doing a foundation. We're gonna do a drive
to donate wood.
to donate gas.
Go to Safeway, go to Danube.
Yes,
Kitchen.
yes, everyone's involved. I asked all of our businessmen in Saudi to help our brothers and sisters in the US that are going through this hard times.
Difficult
I mean, what kind of government withholds these things from its people? I do not understand it. It's really awful to hear about these things.
I mean, this goes to show you that the direction of the current government, unfortunately, does not care enough about the people.
It doesn't
to look out for their welfare.
The hypocrisy and their democracy. We said that so many times.
Mm.
And the thing that really annoyed me watching the Biden administration talk about they need Saudi to help them. I mean,
Saudi to help you?
yeah, he said that.
Did he now? Okay.
Yes.
Tell me more.
It's surprising because he didn't like us very much.
I mean, I thought they were a superpower, right?
Not only that, here's the other issue that I face. If you're all about clean energy and stopping, more oil drilling and everything that you preach about, and you go,
Fracking and such.
and you
so
go
forth.
drive an F-150 Lightning, you're asking for more barrels to come out? That is awful.
I mean, there's a contradiction in the
Exactly.
in,
I mean, I thought
the messaging there.
we're now trying to hold back. We're doing green initiatives now.
We are
Yes, and after we make this huge green summit, you're asking us to put out
pump
more oil? Wow.
Yeah.
A shame.
Wow.
It's almost like campaign promises and reality are two different things.
Wow.
It's almost like a democracy that doesn't listen to its people.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Almost.
Seriously, shout out to our friends in the US. I mean, God bless you. I hope y'all
Thoughts
get
and
through
prayers.
this.
Yeah.
Seriously, paying all those taxes and still getting denied? Your human... Oof. Man,
It's harsh. It's
harsh, bro.
if this goes to show you one thing, it goes to show you that we live in a difficult world.
yeah, facts.
And you know what, fellas? I don't think it's gonna get easier from this on out.
Yes.
Here on out.
Yes, coming this winter,
Yeah.
it's going to be very interesting.
But then again, didn't other countries do something similar as well?
Well, I don't know if those countries did it or not, to be honest. I
Yeah.
just remember that my friends in the US are struggling.
Mm.
And, when I see my friends struggling, I need to put a hand out
Definitely.
and help out my friends.
That just goes to show how much of a
It's
nice
awful.
human you are.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I just think it's really awful that I'm watching watching a government keep its reserves from its own people. Isn't the reserves for these times? For times of
Harsh times.
harsh times?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Wow. I really hope they come to their senses.
Mm-hmm.
And they start giving the people exactly what they want, because I do not know where it's gonna go from here. It's gonna be even worse. I mean, COVID, you already saw what they did to them in COVID. We lost so many good people because of them.
And they're still losing people because
Exactly.
of all of the unfortunately politicized actions surrounding that.
If only they had an app for that.
If only they had an
If
app.
only they had an app for that.
If only.
If only they had a reliable source of news.
I also agree with that.
Yeah.
You know what that tells us?
What does it tell us?
We
Listen,
live
number
in a
one.
society.
What?
It tells us that we live in a society.
Ah, facts.
Explain more, please.
There is no explanation. We live in a society. It's self-explanatory.
It's right there.
That's
Okay.
what you get.
And
That's
they
what you
live
get.
in a
Other society.
okay.
Yes.
See, I would argue right now.
We can see the difference in
No.
sophistication right here, right now.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would argue right now they are not living in a society. They're living in two.
Oh, okay.
Because you have two different worlds in which people have two completely different belief systems, and they're constantly fighting each other to convince the other party
But even during
of
the
how
fight,
wrong they are.
excuse me, even during the fighting, the government should still provide people with the things that they need to survive.
True.
You know?
But
you can always argue. It's okay to argue, but you as a government, you should still help out your own people.
well, see, the thing is, I think the change that has happened over recent years is the government no longer became the government for both societies, and it became the government for one of the societies.
There's an interesting.
And now it's switched to
Yes.
a different government of also one society. So
Facts.
There's an interesting political theory that states that the United States is, in theory, it's one country, but in practice, it is literally a bunch of different countries. Like the South has you could categorize it as its own country. The Midwest, the East Coast, the West Coast, like those people have their different values, different core beliefs, different identifications. Like when you tell people that you're a New Yorker, that has a certain weight to it, and that's very different.
Like you're saying when you say I'm from Texas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that has been manifesting itself more and more in their political process. Like,
See, that's a good. That's a very good point. Because when I used to live there, a lot of people used to tell me like, why don't you go abroad? And like, because I used to basically live there, and it made sense why a lot of Americans don't go abroad. Because if you go from New York to Texas, it's a different lifestyle. If you go to California, it's a different lifestyle. If you go to Arkansas, if you go to North Dakota,
yeah,
if you go to Seattle, it's all different.
each state has its own flavor that differentiates
Exactly.
other states. and
So even
from
when you're
county to
going
county.
around,
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
So even when you're going around, it's like you're already traveling. You
Which
know?
is fair, and I think that theory. I think I've seen that theory before, and it states, in the sense that the linguistic or population diversity in each area could be, you have this thing in the Northwest, Oregon, Washington State, Cascadia, that's what they call it, like the state of Cascadia. Same thing with California, the coast of California. Same thing with the coast of Texas, the South. But in reality, I see your point. I see what you're trying to say, that it's more than just one country. It's multiple countries.
yeah,
I can see
it manifests itself in different ways. Like it could be something as simple as which state says soda, which state says pop.
Yeah, that's cultural, but does it like translate into government?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, the let's say restrictions on abortion, for example, in Texas compared to California. Let's go two completely different worlds. That's just one example, because that's a big example that comes out of the news a lot. There.
That is too deep of a question.
Yeah.
I don't want us to get into that.
No, but for reasons
I think we're looking at it from a human rights issue.
yeah, for reasons of humanitarian intervention,
Exactly.
I believe the world shall take action.
Yes.
And
yes, I do believe that.
starts off with making sure that the different regions of America are safely
I want
settled.
Exactly,
to say
you
to
know.
our American brothers that you need to put aside your ancient hatreds.
Mhm.
Yes. Facts.
And these sectarian divides, these cultural divides are inhibiting your progress.
And-
I agree.
And they must believe in the concept of the nation, because at
Exactly.
the moment, that seems to be disintegrating.
I agree. I agree with all that. Thank you all guys for joining me on this one. I really appreciate feeling the pain that I was going through for my brothers and sisters
Bro,
across
we're
the
humans
pond.
at the end of the day.
Facts,
we want
facts.
people to feel safe,
Yes,
to feel
yes, yes.
warm,
Yes.
to have food.
Yes. Are we done trolling?
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Go on to something else.
Don't tell them that we were trolling. Some of them haven't realized it yet.
Exactly. Yo, what the fuck is going on, yo?
It's hilarious.
That was some dumb shit that I had to fucking read on the news.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck y'all. So, man,
Good luck.
No, not even fucking good luck. No, you talked a lot of fucking shit. All right, you talked a lot of shit. You talked a lot of shit about all of us here, about all of us.
And now's the time to.
And
put
now you
their-
look like a little bitch just begging for fucking help.
bro. They need to put their big boy pants.
Yo,
on.
where's that dick's name? What's the name? That fool that said we'll deal with Saudi with what's the name? With our way of living life or some shit. What the fuck
good
is
luck.
that?
Good luck.
I'm trying to remember which one it was.
No idea, bro.
His name is Neil Dick or some shit. That's what they usually
What did
have
you
their
say?
names.
Another idiot who came out and trying
I'ma
to tell
find
us
this
what
fool.
we should be doing and not doing, because they think they know better.
Yeah, that sounds like something a Neil would say.
And Neil would say that's such a Neil thing.
Yeah.
Yo,
That
my
makes sense.
guy, this guy. It is Neil.
Yeah.
It is a Neil thing to say.
Such a Neely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
Respected.
we'll only deal with Saudi with according to our values.
Yeah. Thanks for the input. Neil.
Exactly. I thought your values was clean energy, bitch. Now it's changed.
I mean, it depends on the time of day.
The hypocrisy, my guy. The hypocrisy.
Depends on the weather. About doing.
Did you guys hear about what happened in what's the name in the States again? Okay, again, shout out to our brothers and sisters in the States.
Okay, going through
Thoughts and
these.
prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. They got robbed out of a lot of. Okay, so you guys know about the shortage that's been happening in ships all over the world.
The containers.
What?
Yeah. So the entire supply chain system across the world
Mm.
is fucked. Tell me why it's fucked.
Again?
folks. No, it's been fucked. The unfuckery has not happened yet.
Yes.
The fuckery goes on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Basically, too little ports, too many containers, too little manpower, too many ships stuck waiting for fucking months at this point just to be able to unload. And now you have fuckery going on where some companies are saying, hey, we'll buy the fucking warehouses where people can put up their shit. And because we don't have enough manpower to transport the shit from the ports to the Hada, we're going to make sure that people pay extra to keep their shit in our warehouses. So it's like a Ponzi scheme of people paying themselves into their pockets. It's a shit show.
Now that aside, so because of the whole ship shortage across the
Container
fucking globe
shortage,
and shit like
manpower
that.
shortage.
No, fuck the containers. I'm still talking about ships, my guy. Here.
Okay.
Okay, computer chips for people who are hungry.
Chips.
Okay.
Chips.
Yes.
Enunciate.
Yes, my bad.
Okay.
So I just realized
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
the same. So we're different vibes. So what's the name? Nvidia released a great fucking video card, a great fucking GPU that everybody in the world wants. Is that true, Tricks, or not? I think that's a
Sure.
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I have
So-
one, by the way.
Oh, what you got? 3080, 3090?
3080.
3080?
Nice.
Oh, fuck you, man.
I pay like 100% markup, and I'm very fine with that. honestly.
The thing is, I have to and I don't want to. I still got the fucking 2060. Anyway, that's not the point.
Mhm.
I know people that have no idea what's going
Very
on.
Yeah,
technical
like,
of y'all.
like-
Yes, okay. So GPU cards, they're video cards.
They make the computer go vroom.
no, they make it go
No,
through.
no, they make the, pic-
Yo, if your
they make the
computer goes
picture go
vroom,
pretty.
I'm
They
just-
make the
yeah.
picture go pretty. So there was a shipment that's going from San Diego to I don't know where exactly. Right?
And it was hijacked by
And it-
pirates.
No, it was Fast and Furious the fuck out of it.
Okay.
People in cars pulled up and robbed the whole fucking truck.
Wait,
kidding me.
oh shit! Seriously?
Vin Diesel was on the scene.
Yes. Literally, just like the first Fast and Furious, how they pulled up next to a truck
yeah,
and pulled
yeah,
it
yeah.
over. They did the same exact thing.
Kidding me.
Yes, they jumped and they stole all the fucking video cards.
But you know why they do that? Because those ones are like apparently the RTX ones specifically
Yes.
are incredible for mining Bitcoin.
Okay.
Ah.
So real pirates.
Yes.
Crypto pirates.
Yes.
Okay.
At the same time, not only for crypto, right now you can fucking resell it and make money. The only difference is that Nvidia was actually, I don't know if it was EVGA or Nvidia. I have no idea which one, but they disabled because they know what shipment it is and where it's going, so they already have the part numbers.
Mm.
So they disabled all the warranties on them.
Okay.
So
So
you can
where-
still buy them.
Come on.
Best the man. Yes.
Warranty.
Something that I wasn't gonna go back for.
Okay. This is the true black market stamp. Like, you know what? This shit ain't got no warranty.
The mark of shame.
The mark of shame. No, but
If
damn.
you get it off the black market and have like the audacity to go check on the warranty, come on.
I mean, you could just act stupid and just say, I bought it off my friend.
That's not really stopping them from doing anything with it. Is
But
it?
Why have to act stupid?
Where'd you buy this from? From which store was your?
It doesn't matter. They already have the part number. They know it's stolen, so it doesn't matter if you got it from your friend.
No, I'm talking about your.
They're still not gonna cover you.
But I have to say it was hilarious when that thing first released. Like people were so upset, like because Bitcoin miners were like programming bots to like buy it as soon as it went on sale.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Same thing with
you
sneakers.
see a bunch of upset gamers with anime girl avatars like saying, "Where's my video card? God damn it!"
I mean, you can't blame them, right? It's their bread and butter.
No, look, like for people who actually do actual work, like video editing and shit like that, a lot of people
That's
need
necessary.
that shit. Yeah.
They need that shit.
But a lot of gamers, yeah, it's excessive for a lot of people. But some people, gamers just want to have it.
Bro, I live in a capitalist society. Don't take away my fucking choice.
Yes, exactly.
If I want to spend my money on some bullshit, then I will spend my money on some fucking pretty, what was it called? Pretty picture cards.
Picture card.
Can I play devil's advocate
Yo,
here?
please let that be his name from now on.
Rename it. Rename it.
Picture
Can I
card.
play devil's advocate here?
Yeah, sure.
For the pretty picture people.
Sure.
The PPC?
Yeah.
PPC, correct. Like my old video card like lasted me like almost 7 years, and it was like pretty high end for its
Damn,
time.
boy.
For its time.
But
Was it TI?
No, it was. I think it was a TI. I'm not sure. It was a GTX,
Okay.
and it was a TI. But the thing is, like us, the games releasing this year, where it can't handle them at full spec. This one can handle them at full spec, and it has a shelf life of it, like minimum 6 years, 5 years. Like when I get a game and it's not rolling properly, I can very confidently say it's the game's fault.
it's the game's fault.
Yeah.
Literally, like this game is bad. My video card, it is strong. It does the pretty pictures. The pretty pictures are wrong.
Okay. So it's the developer's fault. at that
Exactly.
point.
Yeah.
And that's the largest, segment of the population who was interested in these video cards, right? It's the gamers.
Yes.
That's the largest, targeted
Yes.
audience. But Bitcoin people also want to make the money. So,
But how much of an investment is it? The thing is like thousands of dollars.
Okay.
Not thousands of dollars. Like it takes like thousands of dollars worth of electricity and power to generate like a couple of hundred worth of Bitcoin. Like
I mean,
And the shift to Bitcoin has started, ladies and gentlemen. And since we're taking on Bitcoin, actually, that's a very good thing that we always talked about and you always run away from. Now it's time for you to answer this. Clean energy, man.
no, wait. And keep going on your point.
No, his point is actually perfect.
And
that was
this,
it.
This is more
You
efficient. This
How-
is more efficient.
no,
That's
like
what you're
it's
saying.
like it
No.
takes so much time. Like I crunched the numbers at some point. Like it took like 5 months to just break even
On what? On the video cards?
on the video card and
Yes.
like running it full time.
Okay, but if you get a
And that's not accounting for like the
Electricity
electricity,
and all
the
that.
power,
Sure,
the
sure.
maintenance.
if you're getting a better video card though,
It's not going to be
this
faster.
is the best one in the market. Like,
Yes.
and so what I'm saying is a better video card would make it more efficient
No.
to mine Bitcoin.
No.
No,
What do you mean?
No.
it's you mine Bitcoin by like solving equations.
Equations, yes.
Okay.
And it is good at the equations.
Okay.
It is very smart.
Okay.
It does the numbers very good, and it does the pictures pretty good.
Okay.
Yes.
Why do I have to buy the new graphics card if the old one is doing the job pretty well?
It's not doing the
It's
job
not
pretty
doing-
well.
not- it's
This
not
is
doing the
much
job
better,
pretty
but takes more energy
That's the
out.
problem.
It's better at solving the equation,
faster.
Exactly.
It's
but it takes
faster,
more
but yeah,
energy.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. See, that is one of the problems with crypto right now. That is one of the.
That's
problems.
always going to be the problem with crypto.
But-
it's not one of.
a lot of the new solutions that are coming out, a lot of the new crypto coins coming out are switching to a different model that does not rely on the same Bitcoin process.
Like I saw.
We've talked about this,
Yes.
me and you.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin works on something called proof of work. How does the computer know you have Bitcoin? Okay, you solve the equations. The more
Mhm.
equations you solve, the more it's likely to give you Bitcoin because it's also random. There's like a lottery aspect to it. But Ether, for example, uses a different model called proof of stake, where it doesn't rely on you solving equations, okay, as much as it relies on you having a certain amount of Ether locked in an account. So they know that you have skin in the game. Because you have skin in the game and you are willing to put your computer to work, they are willing to give you more Ether. So it is a different process that is less energy intensive, is the point that I'm trying to make here.
The question is it going to be the efficient way going forward? Or is it just another thing that people can look at and say, nah, I'm too dedicated?
I don't think the consensus is there yet in terms of what is the right way for crypto adoption to be mainstreamed across the world.
And that's a problem.
It's too early.
No, that's always been the problem. How do you adopt it across the globe?
I was just reading something today that talked about, imagine the internet had like its own currency. Imagine instead of buying things on the internet using dollars or reals.
They do have their own currency. It's monkey JPEGs.
Okay.
And dog ones too.
And that's actually a great point. Yes.
That's the number one thing
yes,
for being here today.
No. Yes, that is actually a great point because if you're looking at the currency that you can use on the internet today on a native basis, it is Ether. It is not Bitcoin. And Ether is one of the things that monkey JPEGs are built on. They built it on the Ether blockchain. So right now, the adoption of a standardized internet-wide currency or token or whatever is still ongoing. You have something called Solana, which is a different version of Ether that is much more advanced and faster. Blah, blah. Right now, one of the issues people are having with Ether, it's too slow. It's too costly to do transactions. Too many people want to do too many transactions, and in order to do the transactions, you have to pay a fee for the transaction.
Gas
to be made.
fees, yeah.
Gas fees. And gas fees for Ether right now are extremely high. Why? Because there's too many people using the network. So one of the crypto solutions is people building something that's called a side chain. So imagine this is the main Ether blockchain. It's a block. So they would build another block and figure out a bridge to tie them together to make the blockchain even bigger. That's one way of doing it. Another one is building a bigger block that's under it that ties in with the block on top. Those are different.
This is all theoretical.
No. I'm
I'm
explaining to you different models of crypto adoption, crypto use.
Yeah, but you're saying it as if you understand what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on.
This is gibberish.
Yes,
Imagine-
it is gibberish to them.
Imagine a big plate. Okay.
Yes.
You can only put so much food on the plate.
Mhm.
Okay. In order for you to eat, on the plate, you need to have somebody that basically feeds you, serves you.
Yeah.
Okay. The serving is the gas fees because there's so much food on the plate. It takes more energy to serve.
From the plate or to the plate?
From the plate to the person that wants to
Okay.
eat.
Okay.
Basically, that's one example of looking at it.
It's an open buffet, Turks.
Yeah. Okay.
It's an open buffet, sure.
Yeah.
Now, in order to solve
That's my language.
I got you.
in order to solve the problem of there being too much food on one plate, people start creating bigger plates.
Okay.
And those bigger plates are the different models of crypto tokens.
But you have to take all the food from the previous plate to the other plate.
Yes, that's why Ether is still dominant. Because Ether is the basis that almost all of these things, including monkey JPEGs, are built on top.
But the numbers are horrifying, honestly, when you look at it. Like I saw a graph like a couple of months ago.
For energy use, you mean?
For energy use, like
Okay.
it came like, I don't remember it correctly, but it came like Argentina, Bitcoin, Brazil,
Okay, this is recent.
recent. Like it's
What?
it's consuming more energy. Like
The
country,
nations.
the country of Argentina.
Okay.
The amount of Bitcoin usage globally right now taken together exceeds the energy usage of many countries. I think it's top 50 right now.
And they're just like jerks in their garage.
But keep in mind,
Like
That's with China also banning.
that's only Bitcoin though. That is only Bitcoin. We're talking about
Exactly.
one model of crypto, which is basically the standard.
It's the most dominant one. Yeah.
At the moment, it is the standard.
the gold standard, essentially.
See, the thing I think that's going to happen with Bitcoin is going to be very similar to a gold standard. It is going to have a store of value that people are still going to want to hold on to and keep it because it has a store of value within itself. But for practicality, you don't see people walking around with gold bars to buy things. You're going to have money. Money is not going to be Bitcoin.
But there's one key difference. We have all the gold. There is not going to be more gold. You are making more Bitcoin.
But Bitcoin has a limit. There's
What?
a hard limit for Bitcoin.
How's there a hard limit?
21 million Bitcoins only are going to be created.
And then
After then, you
We
can't solve
reach
the equation.
peak Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Yes.
no. After then, you can't solve the equations anymore. The program for solving equations says, "Thank you for playing. Game over. Bye bye." And all the bitcoins that exist at that point in time will be the only bitcoins that exist at that point.
This is why we keep saying it's not going to be the method
standard.
going forward or the standard going forward
Because it's not
because it has a cap.
economic systems. Turks right now, you can pump money into the economy because you're printing money,
Exactly. You can create fake numbers all day.
and that's what the U.S. does. They print money and they
Our
put
brothers and sisters who are struggling in the
Yeah.
US.
Okay, they create fake paper money and they put it out in the world and they say, you know what, we're going to pay you back. And that's what the world's been running on for the past 50 years. The guarantee that the US is going to pay you back at some point and someday. Now, crypto is trying to take away from that by giving something else a store of value, which people give store of value in itself, like Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin worth 60K, Turks?
why?
Because people believe Bitcoin should be worth 60K.
True. Okay.
So it's a store of faith.
But does it have a value of 60K?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Just people decide it.
Yes.
That it-
Just like a stock.
Just
Same
like a
thing.
stock.
Same thing with anything else.
No, stock has measures behind it.
Yeah.
There's standards behind it.
No, we're talking about the little stocks that pop out of nowhere and people just jump
The
on
penny
it.
It's,
stocks.
it's supply and demand. The end of the
So
day.
Ether has a mechanism in which Ether will always be continuously created. But they just now introduced a new feature in it where Ether is destroyed as well as created. Why? To control the supply of Ether on the fucking market. The more you use Ether, the more Ether is
Whoa.
destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
So what are the ones that are going to be destroyed? Which ether? Whose ether?
Miners' ethers. So instead of the miner taking 1 Ether for each block, he takes half an Ether. Because you know what? People are using a lot of Ether. Sorry, your problem.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. No, it's a way of controlling the price. It's a way of controlling the supply as well. This is very deep economics. I realize that you might be a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
you know,
But some bullshit too.
but I like that we segued into this whole thing because right now, what is the discussion among all of these big internet companies? It's not just about crypto. It's about the concept of a metaverse.
Yes.
And
I was going over there and I was okay. I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna go there.
Mm.
I strongly believe the existence of Bitcoin is what pushed people to the metaverse.
one of the things that push people to the metaverse, yes.
I think it is the thing that
main
is
thing.
right now
the main driver.
the main driver is Bitcoin.
Okay, so let's just break it down for a second. What is the metaverse, guys?
It is Facebook.
It is no. Okay.
It is Zuckerberg.
Facebook just rebranded.
No, that's technically yes. Technically yes.
That's what he's trying to do. He literally took the fucking name Meta.
So it's like me just building a company right now called the internet.
Yeah, he was like, yoink, mine now.
I own the internet. I don't know about you guys.
Yes.
Company for sugar and coffee.
Yeah.
I will sell sugar and coffee through the internet.
Yeah, but it's literally just brainwashing for the future generation.
True.
To grow up with the word meta. That company releasing watches, releasing these things, showing you VR, like, oh, okay. And then you start worshiping that.
No,
company.
they want to be the golden standard before it even starts.
And get rid of the
That's
Facebook
it,
baggage.
Basically.
Okay.
True.
All
Yeah,
great
that's something
points.
else,
All
yeah.
great points. All great points.
One little thing before we go. You saw how Facebook announced that they're going to disable their facial recognition.
After they fucking built the fucking program that is going to use it.
What?
Yes.
What
So
picture?
Facebook had a facial recognition algorithm that can go to pictures and tell you this person is that guy.
Ah, okay.
Hello. So they said we are going to disconnect it.
Disable it.
No, we disabled it.
Yeah.
We are no longer going to use it. And then I read another article. Meta is going to keep facial recognition for the future.
Subhanallah.
Like, I'm not going to use it, but I don't know who else in the house is going to use it.
So basically, Facebook is using facial recognition.
You know what that is?
Okay.
You know what that is?
That is trolling 101.
That is technically correct, and technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Yes.
In terms of
That's lawyer correct.
yeah, that's avoiding a lawsuit, correct?
Yeah, I get it. That's lawyer correct. Okay, just to go back for a second. What is the metaverse? Can you give us a definition, number one?
I'm not a believer of the metaverse, so my definition is like it's Second Life with more sponsors.
That's actually a good.
Yeah.
What is Second Life?
It's basically a place where you have a character and have an avatar. Essentially, it was started as a way to have a virtual life in the internet, but in reality now it's dominated by furries and anime fans.
And skins.
That's Second Life.
Is that the
Second
one
Life.
with the little Knuckles characters?
No, that's VR chat.
Okay, fair
Okay.
enough.
That's a different.
Same?
That's a different meme thing.
Okay.
So basically, the idea of the metaverse is very similar to WoW. Okay, World of Warcraft. You have an online space where people can go create avatars and interact and do different things.
Mhm.
Now, World of Warcraft is a game and it's focused on being a game. Imagine that, but on a bigger scale where you can go and interact with people, watch a movie, go shopping, go banking, or whatever. Like you want to talk to Adil. You're in Australia. Adil is in fucking Mozambique. Okay, instead of Zoom
You've always
calling,
been there. Yeah.
No, it's
instead
family goes there.
instead of Zoom calling Adil, you would put on the fucking Oculus headset, for example,
Yeah.
and you'd go onto this online space where you see Adil and you are able to have a conversation with a virtual avatar of Adil.
Mm.
You see, here's where I have to be skeptical. You're not
Okay.
going to see Adil. You're going to see like
A skin.
you're going to see
Adil's idea
Adil.
of what Adil is,
Yes.
Yes.
basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
and,
Adil's
pro-
lush
and probably
hair.
would be Adil
فرق
is
في النص.
Adil
No, it's
is
Tom
for-
Cruise. No, it's me. Bro, I saw you in a movie. No, it's me.
Yeah, and probably Adil would be Fortnite man sponsored by Monster Energy, basically.
True, yeah.
But it's still
Exactly.
Oh,
Adil.
you definitely have
Adil is the guy
Do
controlling
you know what?
the avatar.
No, but you know what's gonna be like? It's gonna be like, hey, yo, there's this private club. Oh, you wanna get into it? We can get you in for 30 minutes as long as you have a sponsored ad on your fucking forehead. And then you come in with a sponsored ad and looking at the club.
Well, see, that's,
then you walk
that's
out.
the interesting thing. Right now,
It's a business thing. It's not really a life thing.
right now, the concept of the name metaverse came from a sci-fi novel in the 90s called Snow Crash. Okay, and the concept was you have an online world where you can go do everything. Why? In the book, because the real world was so shit. Right now, they still haven't built this online world. But what Facebook is doing is jumping on the chain before anybody else does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the term itself became relevant a few months back.
Exactly.
And crypto was one of the things that was driving this because why? You were able to
Hide your money.
No, you're able to do one part of it, yes. Another part of it is you were able to do online transactions in different ways that allow you to kind of really explore, different modes of being, let's say.
Why?
You know?
But
how
you
does
know
that
what's
make
going to
sense?
happen.
You know what? Exactly. You know, Facebook's gonna have Facebook money, Meta money.
Bro, they tried that and failed.
Oh no, they're gonna
Wasn't
try
it
that now.
called Deeper?
Once I build the place for you, and I tell you, in order for you to function over here, and I become the standard
Exactly.
place to go to,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, yo, fuck your crypto. You have to buy Meta points.
Exactly.
See-
Yeah, I play Destiny. I can't spend dollars there. I can spend Glimmer.
Exactly.
Go buy Glimmer.
What is Glimmer?
Glimmer as Destiny's
bro.
currency, basically.
Well, and that's one
But
of the,
Facebook is going to create their own currency.
It's the fake
definitely.
money.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Buy
Different
a
from the
pack.
other fake money.
And the
Exactly.
advantage that Facebook has, I think right now the players in this field are mainly Facebook and Google, if Google wants to go down that route. Because the advantage that Facebook that has already, it already has a VR fucking headset company that's already fucking working.
But here's the thing.
The
You know,
Oculus.
The Oculus, which is going to be rebranded, apparently.
Here's the
It's
thing,
gonna be
like-
called, yeah.
People keep saying metaverse.
Meta, it's going to be called Meta Quest Mask or some shit like that.
People keep saying metaverse. Like, there's not going to be a metaverse. They're going to be metaverses.
Exactly.
They're going to be Apple's metaverse. And like, you cannot integrate with Facebook's metaverse because those guys suck. They're not Apple.
True. Yeah.
I mean, I think
Different
there's a different term for
And then
that
we're gonna have-
technically.
Oh, you want to watch season 3 of Ted Lasso?
We're gonna have a lobby.
No, like that's
You want to
called-
watch
that's
season
called-
3 of
no,
Ted
no.
Lasso? Come to the Apple metaverse.
That's called
Exactly.
no, that's the thing. There's a different metaverse is like the internet. It's all of them. Okay, what you're talking about?
Metaverse is basically a universe.
That's what I'm saying. So what you're talking about is a lower scale of verse on the online circles, which they already thought of. and
Sub
discussed it.
metaverse?
Yes,
Multiverse.
exactly.
They call it. I think it's a multiverse. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, what is it?
And basically, Apple is going to have its own, space online, which is going to be called the Appleverse, and then Google's going to have its own space.
So
online.
basically, there's going to be
Yeah.
good Adil and bad Adil in the metaverses,
Do
essentially.
you think there's going to be
That'd be hilarious.
No, instead of
universal?
having,
Is
Good
there
Adil
gonna
would
be
be,
universal
I love you, I
metaverse?
support you.
well, that's the thing. Instead of having
that never exists? I'm sorry.
Exactly,
I'm
that's
sorry.
the power of the metaverse.
No,
instead
the
of
internet can't even make that happen. I'm sorry.
Fuck yeah.
well, again, the challenge here is how do you bridge together all of these different services and platforms instead of Adil having to go and sign on Twitter, sign on Facebook, sign on Instagram, sign on fucking Google.
I can tell you how.
But they're not.
having one identity
Yes, you
where Adil can sign
Yes,
on
yes,
and
yes.
everybody else agrees that we're using this one. This one is standard.
Yes.
How?
Very simple. First, we need to solve the human rights crisis in the US.
Oh,
And
fuck.
get them heat and energy.
Get them heated energy first.
Okay.
Once we do that,
Okay.
you put a government policy.
Government policy is going to go out of one country. It's not going to be global.
You can find a global fucking policy. For everybody to
Bro,
on the
they
same
still
page.
haven't been able to do that for the internet.
Bro, when the internet is going that way, they have no other fucking choice. You know why?
Why?
Because companies will never do that.
Okay.
Companies will never fucking create one area where everyone can come to.
True.
Twitter wants its own people. Meta is going to have its own people. Google wants its own people. You have different phones with different
I
features.
agree.
Samsung is coming on. Yo, you guys want the OLED experience? Come through, my guy.
Exactly.
And then what happens? What happens when companies stop selling technologies to each other because they want you to come to them for the technology?
What happens?
And then you become a guy that has 16 subscriptions to different universes.
Well, that's already happening though, right?
I know. And that's what's going to happen again.
Yeah.
You're
If
not
you
gonna find a way
really
to
want a
standardize it, that's what
metaverse,
you're saying.
if you want a metaverse where the whole world is involved,
Okay.
then you have to create something where the whole world is involved.
Like the
I
internet.
don't think that's going to be achievable. No,
Yeah.
not even.
Like
Same here.
It's a problem with streaming all over again.
Exactly.
Well, see, I could imagine. That's the thing. It's very difficult to imagine. But just like the internet was
For
built
you.
as a prototype.
It's okay.
Yeah. Just like the internet was built as
You
a
said yeah.
just like the internet was built as a protocol system where everybody jumped on. So at the end of the day, Google is part of the internet. Facebook is part of the internet. Google and Facebook have to use www.com.
But here's the problem, Shamsi. There's no king of the internet.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Facts.
There's no king of the internet, but this protocol, how is this protocol built? That's my question right now to you.
By nerds in California.
Okay, we still have nerds in California, and we have nerds all across the world. Now, I can imagine the nerds creating a protocol system for a metaverse platform where you jump in. So imagine that you jump in and it's a blank slate. You see nothing. And as you keep walking, you start fetch a Facebook house, Google house. فهمت قصدي؟
And who's going to pay for that?
For the protocol development.
Yes. Who's going to pay for that?
Good question. The internet,
Bro, I can cock block you in
internet,
any
because
fucking direction you want to go with
because
this.
And what
whatever
if I have to? If I want to make my own house?
you can. That's part of the protocol.
Exactly, but
Just
who's
like,
paying?
Just like you can create your own website right now.
You go to Squarespace's house. And
Exactly.
They
No,
give you
but
something.
even right now, you can buy a domain and you go and
Yes,
you code that shit on your own.
Yeah.
Hello, well, how? You go to GoDaddy's house and you buy from there.
Yeah.
Well, because all of the domains were snapped up by registers. We're talking about late stage
It
internet
doesn't
right now.
matter. It doesn't matter. A
At the end of the
company
day.
needs to build this. Someone has to pay the bills for this to function and for this not to have any fucking errors or problems.
But the internet
And
was,
security.
But the internet wasn't really built by a company.
It was built by Al Gore.
Explain more, Turks.
That's just, he created the internet.
How?
I don't think there's
Much like global
Yeah,
warming,
we don't
Al
need
Gore
any-
created the internet.
I don't think we need to go further than that.
Okay, simple as that.
his heart is in the right place. He was caring about our brothers and sisters in the US
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
who are suffering.
Who are going through a
They
lot
need
of
to win.
difficulty.
They need to win.
Yes, they need a win.
Okay.
Thank you for looking at Turks. He came in with the Al Gore.
Okay. But Al Gore built the internet.
Yes.
That was, by the way, that was the last internet thing he ever seen in his life. It's Al Gore.
Why do people think Al Gore built the internet?
Because he's out there.
No, for real. What the fuck did Al Gore do?
What do you call it when Al Gore is dancing?
Gore
Algorithms.
dancing?
Algorithms.
Oh, wow.
Yo, my girl.
No,
Betek,
no.
Betek.
Like, see,
Betek.
this is why we never
Get the
did
fuck
this
outta here.
before. You know, honestly, like
Yo.
we thought
I'm getting
about
too
it.
comfortable. I don't like this.
We really wanted.
It's like I've been here all the time.
Anyway,
Uh,
it's not gonna fucking happen. People are greedy. Companies are greedy.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
as long as there's no one person that would build, you know who actually can build that one platform?
Well, you guys still haven't answered the question. Who
What's the
built the
question?
internet?
Who gives a shit who built
No,
the internet?
because the same
DARPA
way-
built the
no,
internet. What more do you want?
The same way you built the internet, you could build the multiverse.
There's a father of the internet.
There's multiple fathers in the internet. I
ما
just
تزعل داربا اولهم
Al Gore's too.
كيف؟
Mhm.
Al Gore definitely.
True,
Al
yes.
Gore.
Forefathers of the internet.
Tim Berners-Lee, the guy that created the www protocol.
Facts. There you go. All those people created the internet. ما تزعل. Okay. At the end of the day, it's still run by companies. There's satellites in space.
Guys, what is the internet? Can we discuss
The
this
internet
real
is a
quick?
series of tubes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. But
It's
what powers the internet?
It's a bunch of computers that are connected to each other.
Okay. What
Sharing
governs,
information.
what governs those computers?
Nothing.
Who
Companies.
governs?
No. There's protocols.
Companies and governments.
There's protocols for you to create a website. For you right now, it's sophisticated and evolved compared to what it was in the early 90s.
Tell me about the beginning. In the beginning,
In the early 90s, a guy called Tim Berners-Lee came up with a new protocol called www, which allowed you to access computers much more efficiently than before. Before
it was governments to governments.
not just that, it was universities to universities.
Facts. It was university to university.
And there was something called listserv.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So basically, a company called X,
Yeah.
created a service where people can go into forums.
Mhm.
Okay. And then this guy created a new protocol where you could exceed the idea of forums and just create a web page on your own
How? On what?
through using the format of
World Wide Web.
www.xyzwhatever.com. That is the format that this man created.
HTML 1.0.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and then that's
TCP IP, right?
IP, yes,
TCP IP.
RSPCT. But
No,
where,
these
where
are
is
the
that?
these are the
Where is that stored? How did that start?
different different companies
sorry.
different companies saw the potential in that, and they said, okay, we are going to provide service to people for them to be able to access the store of information. After he created the protocol,
So the servers are connected.
yes,
How did they get connected to Bidaya?
long ass time ago for sharing information, phone lines across countries, blah blah blah.
I love how Shams is trying to avoid the conversation.
No, it happened through the 60s. Like companies that
Yes.
had different,
I know I
telephone
might
lines.
be like asking questions that y'all don't know the answer to.
لا, لا,
but
لا.
how
No,
the
no,
fuck
you're
did
asking-
the internet?
لا أعطيك زبدة بالآخر. It was military.
military,
Like everything else.
Hey,
It's fucking it started with military and it cascaded down.
That's
But
the
it's
starting
worldwide.
point. That's the starting.
Before it
point.
wasn't worldwide.
Before it was university to university in the States.
Okay.
Stanford had a direct line to Harvard where they can share
Yale.
information. All of these colleges, Ivy League, and so on forth,
Yeah.
they ended up building this huge network where all of them can share information with each other, one to one,
Through satellites,
through fucking phone lines.
phone lines.
Yes.
Okay.
You forgot the 14 4K,
the
my guy?
company.
56K.
56. We didn't do the 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But-
and then this guy created the new protocol that was able to take it out of the range of mere universities, where anybody could create a website that can be accessible by anybody else. Companies, telecom companies, saw potential in that.
And that's where everything went to hell.
And that's when they started basically offering the service of an internet broadband line to you.
Okay. So the telecom companies are the kings of the internet.
They're the ones that scaled.
No,
Yeah,
they're the ones.
no.
Not kings of the internet. Let's say they
Warlords of the internet.
Warlords.
That's another way of putting it. But not the
Again,
providers of the connection
Telecom
between.
cannot create an internet without approval from a government. That's why you have ministries of communication,
Okay. العين راسي.
telecom,
Yes.
information technology.
إيه بس قصدي
But
قبل
now you have all these different governments connecting with each other through their telecom companies without any governance on the internet itself.
but there is
Because governments don't need governance on the internet because they're not there sharing memes. They're sharing information. When the public got involved and then all these tech companies and the dot-com boom happened and everyone got involved, everyone wanted to really juice the shit out of this internet thing, that's when companies start going wild. And that's when the government stepped in again and started putting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason you have to state that you are 18 years old for going to a website.
But that happened in the mid 90s. You still
Yes.
had the internet before that. You know, the internet existed before that point.
Way before, but we're talking about when we got commercialized.
Yeah.
That was the 90s.
And even now, until today, you still have companies. You still have companies that work with each other to build the internet. AT&T is going to talk to fucking British Telecom in order to build an underwater line cable that connects the US to fucking Britain. And they do
Because they know they have someone who has a service to provide that will need those lines.
yeah. So it's nobody really owns the internet is the answer to your question.
You can govern it,
Because the internet
but you
is-
can't own it.
because the internet is basically built up of these different companies that offer different services that make the internet run as an entity.
Which takes me back to my original point right now is we have the internet that has been created and nobody's taking credit for it, but nobody is governing it. How do you create another platform in the same process without anyone taking credit for it.
Well, my argument is you do it the same way the internet was done. It's built in bits and pieces and parts, where at some point somebody's going to add something to it, and then at some point somebody's going to add something to it. A community is going to grow around it, and then somebody's going to realize, oh shit, there's something going on here. How do we tap into that?
I know what he's saying. He's saying, how can someone build that platform for these people to come in and start building in it?
Mhm.
That's what he's trying to say. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen the way that you visual. Nobody's going to roll out the metaverse for you to jump on.
Exactly.
It's going to happen by people building. It's like building a neighborhood. You start with a street, and then you put up fucking streetlights, and then you put up fucking fences. So that's how it's going to happen.
Yeah,
People are going to do
that's
different
what happened
things.
with the internet.
Yeah.
Where
He
you
knows
started-
that's what he's talking about.
No, with the internet, you started with the street, and then people saw the value and then jumped in.
They're like, ooh, empty plots.
Who's going to build the street?
Now you already know the value. There is an empty land, and you know the value in it, which is the metaverse.
Mm.
Who's going to jump in there without trying to take as much as possible from it?
Whoever sees the biggest opportunity in it is the person who's going to lead it.
Exactly. And how many companies right now see the biggest opportunity in metaverse?
All
Look,
of
a
the
lot of
fucking
Everyone's going to be
companies.
jumping in, trying to take the biggest.
But
piece
here's
of
the thing.
pie.
The reason we're never going to have a metaverse is because China is not going to allow you to enter their metaverse.
شيء ثاني خليهم WeChat.
No, hold on. Yeah, I'm looking at you.
No, that's
Yeah, put your head
that's
up.
also a point. Like, no, again, we go to just like China doesn't allow you to access the internet. Doesn't
Exactly.
Like China, right now, the internet has a big chunk out of it, which is China.
So
Yeah.
you know what's going to happen? We're going to have the same countries just having metaverses in those countries.
So we're going to
You pay a visa to enter the country's metaverse.
It could
Oh, shit,
happen.
that makes sense.
That's could happen. That's good.
no, it's a subscription. It's not a visa.
The other question is like we keep talking about the potential of
tour
the
pass.
metaverse, the potential of the metaverse. Like all I keep hearing is just like there's just gonna be goofy stuff here in the metaverse. Like I don't see any serious, real world applications.
Just
Oh
like
no!
NFTs
Oh
for
no!
some
You
reason?
didn't see Fudex signing an agreement with I don't know who. Fuck you! I know you're looking at me.
What?
Okay, about shopping through VR now because the metaverse is going to need it.
Like why do I shop with VR? I can go to the store.
Yes.
I can go through my phone. I don't need to see a.
Listen. Number one, stop using common sense. You're not allowed to use common fucking sense. Okay, this is the metaverse.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, didn't we just talk about NFTs
God.
and how they mean more than
Look at my Fortnite
monkey
skin.
JPEGs
Why?
and stuff?
Look. Why are you coming here with common sense and morals? What are you doing?
Yeah. Okay. So it's okay.
I'll give you two suppositions here.
Yeah.
I live in the metaverse. I am metaverse man.
Okay. yeah. All right, metaverse man.
In his metaverse time, I want to
Yeah.
buy things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can
He's
either,
asking a question. That's
I can either go to the physical location and buy the thing, or I can open up my phone and go to the website and buy the thing. I don't have to put a dumb, clunky headset and go to a physical or virtual representation of that store and pick up that thing and like, oh, this is the thing I want.
You don't have to. Okay, but,
But
there's an element
why
of
would I?
But there's
That's
an
my
element
question.
of
Why would I?
convenience
Here's why.
on it.
Why would I, other than feeling like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm so interested?
Why are you buying through Amazon instead of going to Jarir?
Because it's convenient.
Because it's convenient.
Yes.
Why am I putting on a headset to try on clothes?
If that's my thing, the headset is not more convenient.
If for some people, being able to see what they actually look like in those clothes before they actually buy them makes it, an interesting, attractive feature for them. Not for you or me.
I'm
But
not
for some
in the
people-
metaverse. I'm not going to the store. I am clicking the button and seeing how it looks on me. I get that, and the application for shopping, for example, especially clothes. If we get to a point where you can feel the material for some reason, that's going to be a huge jump over.
I need him to relax for a second on this one
Oh, no,
because this is the bullshit I had to deal with everybody else around.
but
me.
Wait,
that's not going to happen
wait,
anytime
the
soon.
metaverse
No,
is
no,
magic.
no,
Okay, hold on,
exactly.
hold on.
First off, you can go on websites right now and look at objects in fucking 360 degrees.
Yes, you're true.
All right.
True.
And it still doesn't have that much fucking influence on your buying.
I agree. I agree.
There's an argument.
Like when you go into Amazon, like you can see like I can go through the pictures and watch it and like maybe flip it
Yeah,
and
the
turn it around.
360 view. Yeah.
Like, does that really matter? Like, you know what? you
I
want.
go to Amazon for the fucking reviews.
Again, different users are going to have different reasons.
Yeah, but this is why you go to Amazon.
I go to Amazon because it has the largest fucking library of things ever.
And reviews. Well, first off, I totally disagree on that one.
And for books, at least.
I do not know.
Any book I want.
I'm not gonna claim I know
No. Any book.
what's happening with books and Amazon.
Any book I want, I can find on Amazon.
Okay, cool. We're not talking about books here. We're
give you an
we're
example.
talking
Thanks for
about
the
clothing.
sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yes,
Amazon.
there you go.
Even though I
Yo,
don't-
fuck Amazon.
even though I don't buy books from Amazon anymore.
But what's the
Yeah.
name? The idea of you're gonna go in and you're gonna see everything's gonna be like a what? How do you expect to see
the
in
the
VR?
metaverse is going to be all about the experience. That's it.
I imagine.
Okay. Wait. See that?
It's not practicality. It's
Thank you.
experience. فقط لا غير.
Thank you.
I completely agree.
All right.
Sure,
Now
there's-
me on the same page. on this.
there's an entertainment aspect in it as well.
Yes.
Okay. There's something that keeps you occupied and busy. بدك تطلع من الدوام ترجع البيت فاضي ما عندك شيء. You jump on the metaverse. You fuck around. You go. You shop. You do whatever. But another element that I think we haven't even discussed so far is metaverse also integrates with AR, not just VR. So instead of if you don't want to have a fucking VR headset to do your
That's
thing,
in the future.
yeah, in
That's
the future.
if the technology goes that route.
And we know
that's
that it
way
is.
down.
We know
way
it
down.
is.
Way down.
No, I don't think it's that far.
It's way down.
I think
I think
AR,
it's-
AR is different. I think.
Metaverse is very fucking far.
I
Yeah,
think
Bushamsi.
within the next 10 years, we will have technology that allows you to do AR things and it's going to become normalized.
I don't think metaverse
First
and
off,
AR are going to be
Yes,
compatible.
AR is a totally different
Yeah,
thing that has to
it's
do with
completely
metaverse.
different.
But that's exactly the point. The point is the metaverse today isn't really defined as a concept. So you could create whatever fucking
VR and AR are two different
Yeah,
things.
completely
You
different.
can- and
Off
you
the
can-
top of my
One
head.
is a radar.
and you can use both of those concepts to build metaverse.
How?
What do you mean how? Imagine a Google Glass thing. Imagine a
Yeah.
Google Glass.
Okay, no.
thing.
See, no. Now you're wrong.
Why?
Now you're talking about the same fucking AR technology that Apple has on their iPads. If you go to IKEA's app,
Okay.
you can go put the camera and see how the couch looks like over there.
Okay.
But we're talking about metaverse.
A metaverse,
The metaverse has
is
nothing to do
an
with your house.
alternative universe.
Imagine.
Alternative.
ما دخل بيتك.
Hey, okay. Imagine 10 years down the line, okay, Google comes out with a new version of Google Glass that, actually looks great, just like the Apple Watch.
Okay.
You can wear it and it's going to add an extra layer of the online world.
As
to
that
it.
metaverse.
Do you think a VR?
That could be the metaverse. That's
Hold
what I'm
on.
saying.
So you think that you go to the metaverse just wearing glasses, and you'll get the whole 360 experience by just little simple glasses?
It's not about. It could be a helmet. عادي. But that's not.
No. He was trying to avoid the idea of it
No,
being
no.
clunky
Again.
and big.
Again, what I'm saying right now is the concept of metaverse, as we're talking about it in this moment in time, is still completely theoretical. So whatever direction it ends up going to, we don't know today because it could go in 3-4 different
Yeah, we know that, but that's not
One
what
of
we're
those
talking about.
directions
We're talking
could
about the
be AR
platforms.
based. One of those directions could be more
I
AR
have to
based
disagree here. Like when you talk about
rather
the
than
meta-
VR based.
when you talk about VR
Nah.
versus AR versus the metaverse, like I can think of a boatload of practical implementations of AR off the top of my head. Like you're a
Okay.
doctor, your patient is linked to a database somewhere, and just by wearing the glasses, you can see like his pre-existing conditions,
Okay.
his age, his heart rate, etc. You can cut like hours upon hours of
School,
testing.
education. Like,
Exactly.
there's so many different ways you could
The metaverse, as you speak of it, is just like, oh, look at my IKEA house that I bought.
It's a
It is
theme
virtual.
park.
Yes.
Does
It's a
not
theme
exist.
park, basically.
Look at my NFTs
It
on the wall.
exists in my heart.
Yes. Yes.
it could be this, it could be that, it could be neither. It could be neither. It could be something that we haven't even visualized yet.
Okay, first off, they already told you the direction that they're going. They're not
This
going to
is
change their mind.
Facebook. This is Facebook.
This is all of them.
And Facebook will drive the way.
What are you talking about?
Bro, if Google tomorrow decides to come
But
up with,
Fortnite played a huge role in the
I agree.
idea of the metaverse.
I agree completely.
So if right now Facebook starts one and Fortnite starts one, everyone's going to fucking Fortnite. Everyone's going to Facebook.
Yeah, but seeing the same thing, we go back to the same issue of definition. If it's separate metaverses, then it's not really a
And
metaverse.
that's the conversation that
Yeah.
we're trying to have. There's only one metaverse they want to create, and it's the metaverse that they keep talking about.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, and they're not going to change their minds on it. They're going to be chasing it for fucking ever.
And
Yes.
the argument that I'm making is maybe that we're looking at it as a whole concept when we should be looking at the smaller features that are going to build up the whole concept. You get my point?
I'm not looking at it as what they're imagining it. I'm not looking at it as in there's going to be this huge universe that I'm going to be a fat ass sitting on my couch with a fucking helmet on, and I'm like going through fucking Europe traveling and shit.
Oh, the
That's
dream.
not how I see it.
Okay.
No.
You know realistically what the metaverse is going to be about. Have you seen Space Jam 2?
Oh,
No.
The cinematic masterpiece called Space Jam.
Yes.
I have
Cinematic
not. Please enlighten me.
In Space Jam 2,
The cinematic masterpiece.
cinematic masterpiece,
Okay.
it did not raise to the level of the previous cinematic masterpiece called Space Jam 1,
Okay.
but
The actual.
the
Actual Space Jam.
The actual Jam,
the
yes.
masterpiece.
the
The OG space.
essentially, it was basically the movie was an advertisement for Warner Brothers, and it was like all in the cyberspace and the web, and like, oh, we are in the cyberspace. Let's go, Bugs Bunny, to DC Comics land. Let's
Okay.
go, Bugs Bunny, to Game of Thrones land. It just so happens it's owned by Warner Brothers. Don't talk
So
about
they
that.
showed you the Warner Brothers metaverse.
Exactly.
Yes,
Basically.
which is basically buy our things right now.
Okay, so it's a branded exercise.
It's
Yes.
gonna be, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's
Do you want to buy a Bugs Bunny skin and Rick and Morty skin and floss? We can do that for you.
Yep.
Okay.
That's basically that's. I cannot envision the metaverse going anything other than
Which
that.
is why I think so far, like again, we go back to what we said originally. World of Warcraft is more an online world. Second Life is more of an online world as well because it's not really connected with everything else. The problem with bringing the metaverse to life is going to be the connection where it's a platform that's similar to the internet where everybody can jump on top of it and build it. Is that going to happen? I don't think it's likely.
You always look at things in this weird way, like you're looking at it through the books that you read, which I do not understand.
I'm looking
I'm looking at it as a fucking corporate company that's
Yes.
building something. Because that's
Okay.
exactly what it is.
You're
That's
looking
why I
at
tell
it as
you.
a kumbaya world.
You're looking at it in the same way you're looking at clean energy.
I'm looking at it in the sense of you're looking at it from the business sense, which is completely fair.
Because that's what's going to
No, no,
happen.
which is a completely fair and legitimate point of view. I'm looking at it from the sense of these guys that are really have a shitload of fucking time on their hands and they're just creating things because they can afford it. They're already crypto millionaires. They're already trying out new things.
Do you know what's the problem with
You
white
think
people?
They're good with what they have.
It's not about being good.
So I'm not going to capitalize on this even more.
Again, we're not talking
Excuse
about
me.
good.
No.
We're talking about creating. We're talking about innovation.
Yeah, for what?
Khalas.
For the greater good or for their own benefit?
For some of them, it's for the greater good. For
Okay, no.
others, it's for the money.
Wait.
You always do this. If there's 1% of a person that wants to do something different, you say some of them. The 1% is not going to win. The majority always wins.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. The same way you looked at clean energy, me and you were fighting about clean energy for a long, long time. This is way before the podcast even started. I told you that you believe that the people are going to come together and kumbaya themselves together and say, oh, we're going to save the earth. And I told you, business is going to save the earth. Government is going to save the earth, not people. This is the same thing. If government doesn't get involved and builds this platform for people to come on and build the meta universe, then each company is going to build its own thing to generate its own money. And that brings me to a good point that I was talking with someone today about. We were discussing our brothers and sisters in the US that we wish them like the best of luck.
With their struggles.
Yeah, with the
Thoughts and
struggles.
prayers,
I mean,
thoughts and
thoughts and prayers, man. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna get in trouble. But anyway, so we had a conversation. I was like, when I was in the States, when I was growing up, all my friends were either Hispanic, Latinx, or what's name.
Isn't that
Black.
the same thing?
I know. He was One of my friends is gonna look at it right now and say, "You're Latinx." All right, so I'm gonna give him one. But, so I was very close to the African American community and the Latin community.
So the community,
Why?
the marginalized communities.
Why? The reason I was is because we have something in common, which is culture.
Outsiders.
No. Culture, Shamsi.
Okay.
This is my experience.
Okay.
This is my life that I lived through, not you.
Okay.
So you cannot fill in the blanks on
Go
the
on.
life that I lived.
Go on.
So you have to wait.
Culture.
We have culture. All of us come from a place that has culture and value. White people are always escaping. They're always running. They're not in the moment. Europeans were running, they went to America. And now America's running in the same way that white people have been running. Everyone, they're escaping religion, they're escaping technology, they're always escaping something. They're eating life and eating everybody for the sake of the next thing, not giving a fuck who they walk over. This is how I see Elon Musk, Bezos, all those white fucks.
But isn't that what capitalists encourage you to do? Grow.
You see it as capital. See, you put a tag to it. No. That's their culture. Their culture is to move, to eat, to destroy, and keep running
So
forward.
consumption, extraction.
That's it.
And that's what fucking capitalist is built on.
No. You're putting a tag to it. We're talking about people's behavior.
Okay.
We're talking about human behavior.
I'm talking about
Hold on,
what
whoa.
drives human behavior.
No, bro. What drives human behavior? People.
Ewa. Why do I grow and eat and step over people? Because that is the dominant cultural system. Yo, youth need to think of yourself first.
No. No.
Your self-interest.
Why is
comes
it when
before
you look
anybody
at
else.
people who are rich, you say those things, but when you look at people who are poor, you don't say those things?
What do you mean?
When you look at people who are rich, say, yo, it's because of the greed, it's because of Madrish, it's telling you to do these things. And when you talk about poor people, you don't put them in the same light. You always say, oh, they're poor. Masakin. Like our brothers and sisters in the States, God bless them. We hope y'all survive this. White people have been doing this for fucking centuries where they just come, eat, take over, and run forward. They're creating the metaverse. They're creating the whatever it is. We're going to the fucking moon. We're going to whatever. They just consume, destroy, and run, not giving a fuck because there's no value to their way of living.
In essence, it's a form of social currency. In essence, like the marker of your success is I am consuming, I am doing big things, therefore I am successful. In other cultures, like in the East or maybe in Africa or in the South and Latin America, the marker of success is different. You are a successful man if you can provide for your family and live a virtuous life.
See, that's the difference. Family. You said the word
Facts.
family, and that's a key word. Why?
Everyone has family.
Yeah, like
Everybody has family,
Like
yes.
if you
But different cultures have a different emphasis on the importance of families. Eastern cultures emphasize the importance of the collective and family much, much more than Western cultures.
So culture.
Western cultures, as you said, stepped over and freed themselves from the shackles of religion, from the shackles of old rivalries in Europe, and that's why they went to the States. I don't disagree with any of those points. When I'm saying,
I'm not saying you disagree with any of
when
that.
I'm saying capitalism, what I mean by capitalism is capitalism as a social, economic, dominant system of the world gives those white people the excuse and the drive to do the things that they always did without having to make excuses for them.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not really that. It's not. They're not using this as an excuse. They're not looking at. If you meet God, and He says, "Why'd you do this?" and you say, "Capitalism made me do this." Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
You are a human,
But-
but you make decisions.
True.
You make the choices.
But when you live in a society, and that's the thing that makes us different than people in the global north, because when we look around us, we have value systems that really emphasize different sorts of values compared to people living in the global north. For somebody living in the States who was disconnected from his community, who was disconnected from his religion, who was disconnected from his family,
got no gas.
okay, and got no gas,
Damn.
okay, he has nothing to root him down. He has nothing to tie him back. So he has nothing to let him feel bad if he goes and he steps over people just for the sake of his own benefit. That, my good man,
That is not capitalism.
no.
No.
That's not capitalism.
No,
There's a
that-
dude in Arkansas right now just sitting in his farm thinking the same exact way.
That's one of the essential drives of capitalism. Think about your own self-interest and don't give a shit about anybody else.
But that's not really capitalism. That's called being selfish.
No. It is capitalism, Adam. That's the thing. It is capitalism.
No.
You don't see it, but it really
No.
is.
I'm involved in capitalism more than you are, my guy.
أيوة. صح.
And that is not
But
capitalism.
أنت you have values that make you think, you know what? No, I care about family. Well, I care about these people, so I'm not going to
I
fuck
can
them
be a
over.
capitalist but have value.
in essence,
Yes,
like
you can.
it's-
And that's what we're saying,
That's why capitalism does not define those people.
أيوة, but capitalism,
Because you have-
but capitalism also
Hold on.
encourages you-
No.
also encourages you
No.
to look out for maximum
You are
rewards.
you are
He's not
lost.
being a
No,
good
no,
capitalist.
no. You are lost in your books right now. Because everything that you read about capitalism, that's how you see it. Do you have capitalists in this country?
Yes, you do. And again,
Do they behave in the same behavior?
again, we go back to the idea of culture and values. Culture and values add something to that.
And that's why I told you it's not capitalism. It's people.
Exactly.
It's people.
Shuf, at the end of the day, okay, capitalism is going to be the driver, okay? But
Shamsi,
but
no,
the
it's not that,
the
Shamsi. I don't know why you keep going to the word capitalism.
Adil.
People are people. They make decisions, not something making decisions
Yes,
for them.
because
Yeah.
the breaks that we have are the values, are the family-based society that we've built around that they don't have. They don't have brakes on their
Yes,
car.
and that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
exactly what we're saying. We're both living capitalist lives.
Yes.
Okay,
And
but we have those values and they don't. So capitalism does not really define them against us.
what defines them against us is the lack of values on their end.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
You're blaming capitalism. Capitalism is not the issue here.
But how do you resolve that?
the thing is,
That's what we've been talking about since back in the fucking heyday.
You don't.
I don't know what's a
You
heyday,
don't.
by the way.
You don't.
When we
Yeah.
used to-
That's the heyday.
Yeah.
How many years back that is?
About 5.
5.
the thing you're talking about, like there is no. It goes back to the concept of social currency. There is no real penalty for being a dick in these societies.
True.
Yep.
Like if you are successful and you step over people, you are not a heartless baron of industry. You are an entrepreneur. You're hustling. You're. It's not being selfish. It's called rational self-interest.
There we go. Rational self-interest. Exactly. That's exactly the point that I'm talking about when I say capitalism. For them,
See, no. You can't change. You can't change the definition of capitalism because that's how it means to you.
capitalism
In this
at
sense-
its very core is every man looking out for his self-interest first before anything else. That is at its core.
In this essence, it's a cover for being selfish. But
It's an
rational,
excuse.
it's a cover, excuse, call it whatever you want. But in essence, that's an innate human need. Like you have to look out for yourself so you can look out for other people. The difference is that for us, looking out for other people is highly incentivized at the very least.
And not just that. Looking out for other people for us
It's a
is
marker of
looking out for
success.
yourself. No, it's looking out for yourself. Because at the end of the day, we don't go, our societies are not reliant on fucking back in the day, we're not reliant on nannies to raise our kids. No, we gave our kids to our mothers and fathers, to our grandparents, our sisters and brothers.
I'll give you an example.
We still do.
I'll
we
give
still
you.
do, yeah.
I'll give you-
It's a little bit different now.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
But still capitalist though.
In essence,
It's
here,
social.
the social construct as it is, you grow up, you become more successful, and you take care of your parents in their old age.
Mm-hmm.
If you are still successful, but you don't take care of your parents, people still look at you negatively. Like, oh my God, like he's not taking care of his parents. Like they live in an awful home. They scrape by a living, and he's a millionaire.
Because it's not all about the money.
Exactly. And those societies, Western societies, global North, if you want to call it, you can, okay, I'll put him in the home. Like, I'm not a bad person. The difference is that the definition of being a bad person is relative here.
So I think the solution to the question that we're talking here is how.
It's a return to basic morality.
But that's the thing. For them, for those societies, basic morality was built on religion.
I don't want to say
Hence
the
the
Northern
return.
society, because let's not look over the fact that Italy has its own culture,
That's what we
France its
said,
own
global
culture.
North. Global North.
We are in the global north.
Generalizes
No.
Western Europe and the States. And those countries all.
Even Western Europe. No, I can't put Western Europe in
But
that boat.
in a sense, they fall in the same. It's much better.
It's
than
much
the
better.
States. It's much better.
Yes.
They still have attachments to
To the culture and to
old
themselves.
customs.
Yeah.
It's still a society that looks out for
Like
each
France.
other. Even Germany, bro, the healthcare systems that they have, they look out for each other. It's they have their own set of problems, but they do have the same mindset of stripped away from social obligations, stripped away from family obligations, stripped away from moral or religious obligations as well.
Yeah. These places, their problem is that they're basically monocultural societies that are being shifted to multicultural societies, and they're struggling to that with various degrees.
That's
their
one
struggle.
of their biggest problems.
That's one of their biggest problems.
That's Europe, though, not the States.
Yes, Europe.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like Germany for the past X number of millennia has been Germany. You
It's
say
been German.
German.
Yes.
Germany has been German. Yeah.
Yes,
The
exactly.
German's German.
Germany is Germany. You go there, you say hello, you say Dankeschön. But now you don't go to the streets and hear Dankeschön. You say Salam alaikum. You hear
You see kebab shops.
kebab shops. Like for a German, like that's their struggle. Like, okay, what does it mean to be German? What does it mean to be
Identity.
German?
Yeah.
Like, that's their struggle.
It's one of the issues that the modern world is going through.
Well, anyway.
There's plenty of issues that the modern world is going through.
One of them.
Yeah.
That was a great conversation.
That was a very.
But I
Very,
have,
very
I-
intellectual.
I have one question.
Ask me.
Was the metaverse the friends we made along the way?
I mean, it can be.
This guy.
It's just like somebody who's like, this guy wrote a tweet. He's like, I can't believe I met my mutuals in real life. I didn't know this would exist. Somebody was asking, he was like, do you mean friends? Did you not know?
Those
that
are called friends.
Yeah. Did you not know that friends existed?
They're mutuals.
Yeah.
Well, that was a healthy conversation. Again, as always, we want to say, shout out to our brothers and sisters in the States.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers going for you. I wish y'all all the best. I hope you guys get through this. I hope your government finally listens to its own people. It's good to have a government listen to its people. And hopefully they'll turn that around. Wish y'all the best all the time.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers to my brothers and sisters in the States.
F's in chat.
And if you need clothes in winter, we'll do a drive for y'all. It's all good. We got y'all.
Turk's got a t-shirt ready to go right
That's
now.
it. That shit with the turtles.
Yeah.
He has Champsy on his chest.
Represent.
Represent.
Thank you, listener number one, for joining us.
This was a good
We
one.
appreciate you.
This was a good discussion.
We're not even done. We didn't edit the podcast. We don't know how it looks like, and you're already calling it good. You're not even gonna listen to it.
It's a great discussion.
So I guess it's not.
Yeah.
This is where this is gonna go.
That's it. Thank you everybody for joining us. We out. Peace.
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 See you on Thursday or some shit. I have no idea when.